I'm Holly Smith, and we're with Bumble and Bumble for the Creatures of the Wind show, Spring Summer 2017. The clothing has borrowed some 1800s textiles and prints. I wanted to really bring through the sporty element. So what I used is a thickening hairspray by Bumble, the Surf Spray by Bumble, and I finished it with a super strong finish hairspray, which I really love. It's brand new, and I'm really getting into it. They have headbands, make these girls look a little tougher. Then there's some girls with really long hair that we're gonna tuck behind. We're using a little brilliantine, a little thickening hairspray, and yeah, that's the deal. So enjoy the show.
Hey, it's Laurent here on the backstage of Gypsy Sport Spring Summer 2017 with the amazing Bumble and Bumble team. It was quite a circus here in the backstage. There's no more genders, there's really no bandaras. We had a lot of fun doing spiky hairstyles. We spray a lot of strong finish, and then we just flat iron it and it just danced like that. We did some finger waves as well. We had a lot of fun doing collared braid that was just really long. I loved it, it was just dancing in their back. Just adding a lot of fantasy. I mean, really Gypsy Sport is all about fantasy.
Reporting live backstage at Put My Hair Spring Summer 2017. The inspiration for the hair was mischievous children, because we are mischievous children within this fashion world. We applied the gel oil from roots to ends with a hair color brush, did a really awkward deep side part, and at the very end parting over 3 to 4 sections and then lacing them onto the hair so it creates this cool little shapes and textures and dimension. Bumble and Bumble gel oil is the hero of the show. It's the MVP, and it's amazing. And I hope you enjoy the show. And if you don't, we don't care.
Hey, it's Laurent here. We're in the backstage of the Lacoste show, Spring Summer 2017, with the amazing Bumble and Bumble team. We are in a moment in fashion where the message is really about embrace who you are, embrace the skin you have, embrace the type of hair you have. We're just here to make this hair look at its best. Way to get there is different for every girl. Some girl would just spray a little bit of prep and then put some Don't Blow It cream. Some girls needed a little bit of curling iron, but in a very, very light touch. It has to look effortless. Overall, it's just the idea of that very cool kid who's wearing those great clothes. Hey, it's Laurent here. We're in the backstage of the Monsieur Gabriel presentation Spring Summer 2017 with the amazing Bumble and Bumble team. Today was about lustrous hair. We're starting by spraying the hair with thickening spray before we blow dry it. Working the hair with thickening spray brings a little bit of crispiness, and also when you use the flat iron over hair that has been worked with thickening spray, you get a beautiful shine, almost like a mirror shine. There was actually 2 finished styles. One was loose, beautiful flat iron hair. The other one was a very low ponytail. As a finishing product, we used my favorite product of the season, the Dry All Finishing Spray. I absolutely adore this product. It makes the hair very airy. I really, really love it. I love working with Monsieur Gabriel because It's all about quality, and you really see that in the hair as well.
Hey, I'm Holly Smith, and we're backstage with opening ceremony with the Bumble and Bumble team. Basically, we have 12 celebrities, some of them wearing the look that we created for a lot of the models. And it's just like a small head, and we pulled out bits of baby hair and a little bit of length. We use thickening and surf, and then fasten it into like a really messy, like little knot. We just finished it with some of the Does It All spray. When they walk, it just opens up, looks a little bit more alive, but still has a small, tough head. This is my first show with opening ceremony, and I'm super excited.
Hi, I'm Jordan M. with Bumble and Bumble, and we're at Rachel Comey's Spring Summer 17. The inspiration for the clothing at Rachel Comey was kind of about like a girl going somewhere. It's like a casino where she's going out, and everyone was really inspired by that. We're going through with small irons, surf foam, curling, more surf foam, and just kind of creating like a messy, frizzy, natural, curly texture. Kind of a more like sexy bedhead with like a little bit of a glamorous touch. And so it's really about a woman that I feel like is not afraid to like be herself, wear some style, kind of creates a lot of electricity.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Paul at Tom Brown Spring Summer 2017. We did sort of hair that was softer than we usually do, and we used tons of thickening hairspray, and on really fine hair we used the Bumble Surf Spray to make it hold. We used curling irons. They were very ladylike and prim. It was very sexy and real and movable hair. Okay, thanks for everything. I'm so glad to be able to do this show and work with Bumble. Thank you.
I'm Pam Baumgartner, and we're here at Clean Estrada for Bumble and Bumble. For the hair this season, what we wanted to do is stay with that girl's personality. We used the Invisible Oil Primer. And also a little bit of the Preta powder. Working with something that makes the texture a bit undone. We used some of the super rich conditioner just to give us that kind of wet kind of feel. We're using City Swept just to create that loose, piecey kind of feeling in the finish. She's just got easy kind of look about her, you know? She might have slept on her hair, woke up, and then she roughs it up, and she's out.
Hi, I'm Amy Farrad, and we are backstage at Hood by Air's Spring Summer 16 collection. We're working with people's textures, or we're changing them, zigzag parts and cute little high ponytails, but not everyone will look the same. We are using prep to wet the hair and then thickening spray. And we create the zigzag part. And then use BB gel to kind of hold it in place. Putting a nice little Hood by Air clip in the hair. And then we'll finish with the City Swept. We don't want everyone to be clones because everyone is very diverse. We like to keep it like that with the hair too. You know, easy stuff.
Hi, my name is Alan Wood, and we're backstage at Tanya Taylor's Spring Summer 2016 show with Bumble and Bumble. For the hair, we wanted it to feel very dirtied up and textured. We started by applying Bumble's Prep Spray to the hair. We then layered Bumble and Bumble's Surf Spray and Brilliantine. And blow dried those products into the hair to simulate that kind of dirty desert feel. And then we put the hair into a high ponytail, which we then twist down into a chignon, leaving some of the ends sticking out. We spray them with a little bit of classic hairspray and a quick flick of a flat iron. All the girls' hair is facing the same direction, so it looks a little militant in the lineup.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Paul. We are backstage at Adam's Cell, New York Fashion Week, Spring Summer 2016 with Bumble and Bumble.
The inspiration for the collection was sort of starting out with like a exposure theme and like showing things you're not supposed to see and then kind of infuse the colors of Hawaii.
The inspiration for the hair is a country girl. It's super simple. I really worked with the girls' natural texture. I used Bumble and Bumble Prep. I used Bumble and Bumble thickening hairspray, a product I use all the time. And I just dried it with my hands and I kept the texture as natural as I could. We tied the hair in 2 ponytails and attached them with these little fabric bows that I got from the designer. It's something very, very fast that a woman could really do. And I love, love, love how it looks.
And we're here at for Bumble and Bumble. The inspiration for the clothing was basics that were reconstructed and deconstructed. For the hair this season, what we wanted to do is stay with that girl's personality. We used the Invisible Oil Primer. We're using some of the super rich conditioner just at the root area, just to give us that kind of wet, greasy kind of feel, and then just softly diffuse. We used City Swept just to create that loose, piecey kind of feeling in the finish. Hope you enjoy the show.
Hi, my name is Anthony Turner and we're backstage at Creatures of the Wind with Bumble and Bumble for New York Fashion Week, Spring Summer 16. The whole thing's about this pretty girl, a little bit hippie, a little bit punk, it's very collective, but done in a very kind of punk way, a very downtown way. To get that disheveled prettiness in the hair, what we're doing is using the Bumble and Bumble Surf Infusion. I'm really loving this product this season. It still gives me that surfery texture, but with a sheen to it. And then we're using Bumble and Bumble thickening lotion on top of that. Drying that in with my hands, I'm not using a comb, not using a brush, very messy side part, and lifting the front of the hair up using my fingers in a hairdryer just to get a bit of height in the front, and then using a bobby pin to secure it, and then finishing up with the classic hairspray. It's very kind of nonchalant. The idea is that this girl's kind of done it herself. Yeah, so first show of the season, and I'm sure that I'm going to see you guys again very, very soon. There's a lot more to come. See you later.
Hey, it's Laurent here. We're in the backstage at Gypsy Sport Spring Summer 2016 with the amazing Bumble and Bumble team.
I I wanted to take a lot of different cultures and fabrics and people and colors and smash them all up together.
The aesthetical codes were completely shuffled here. We played a lot with braids and extensions. We did some top knots, we did some afros, we did some curly hair, we did some kind of geometrical shapes, mohawks with like pom-poms, you know, figuring it out in an organic way. It was an interesting exercise. We used all kind of products, BB texture cream, does it all, spray de mode, which is wonderful when you heat it up for the afro shapes. I loved working on this show because we really had a lot of fun.
I'm very excited to work with Bumble and Bumble. It's my first season working with them. Our lead stylist, Laurent Philippon, was like a dream. He had so many ideas to work with. Nothing was off limits. He was willing to do whatever we needed, and he's a master at what he does.
Hi, I'm Amy Farrad, and we are backstage at Hood by Air's Spring Summer 16 collection. Like with every Hood by Air show, there's this element of ambiguity. There's definitely no class or race or gender specific dressing for anyone here. It's for everyone. That's always the inspiration. We started with tonic and then thickening spray, and we create the zigzag part and then use BB gel to kind of hold it in place, putting a nice little Hood by Air clip in the hair, and then we'll finish with the City Swept. The thing with Hood by Air is we don't want everyone to be clones, because in the world everyone is very diverse, so we like to keep it like that with the hair too. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the show.
Hey, it's Laurent here. We're in the backstage of Karen Walker's show in New York City, Spring Summer 2016, with the Bumble and Bumble team. I love working with Karen. She always comes up with a story. Here the story is the race of who's going to get to the moon first, United States or Russia. I wanted to do something that was a little bit army-like, a little bit Russian, a little bit 50s. First we backcomb the bottom, we spray this backcombing with Does It All, and then we start twisting under, going all around, and then ending up on top of the head. And then we braid the end and just tuck it under. It sounds complicated, but it doesn't look complicated. That's what is so cool about it. In the end, it looks a little bit like an undercut. Super stylish, boyish, girlish girl with a super cool look.
Hi, my name's Anthony Turner. I'm backstage at opening ceremony at Spring Summer 2016 with Bumble and Bumble. The inspiration for the clothing is lighter than previous season, fresher. It feels a lot more organic. And no matter what I'm doing, I need a really good base. The two products that I mix together is the Bumble and Bumble thickening spray and the Bumble and Bumble prep spray. I'm starting with those two products, and then afterwards, to finish the hair off, I'm using the Bumble and Bumble Brilliant Team Cream. It gives me a shine and a quality, but without weighing the hair down. It's almost kind of like a bit Cindy Crawford, that whole 90s supermodel swoosh, I guess. That's where that came from.
It was really great to work with Anthony. I think that he really got the vibe of the collection. And Bumble is amazing. And the sumo tech level.
Hi, my name's Anthony Turner. We're backstage at Proenza Scuola, Spring Summer 2016 with Bumble and Bumble. Jack and Lazaro went to Cuba, and they were really inspired by this strong, very confident, passionate woman.
Yeah, we wanted the collection to have like a optimism and a sense of freedom.
We didn't want to do anything that felt too costumey or too cartoony. So the products that I used are the Bumble and Bumble thickening spray, Bumble and Bumble prep spray mixed together, blasting the hair really quickly, not really using a brush too much, just raking the hair with my fingers, then a messy centre part, and then tied really tightly at the nape of the neck into a ponytail, then braiding the ponytail extremely tightly, and finishing off with the Bumble and Bumble classic hairspray. So basically what we've got is really cool texture and then a really long braid. You know, I think we kind of pulled it together quite nicely. I hope you enjoyed the show, and see you soon.
Hi, my name is Alan Wood, and we're backstage at Tanya Taylor's Spring Summer 2016 show with Bumble and Bumble.
So Spring Summer 16 was inspired by a woman kind of in this world of texture, color, and on a journey, and I went to Kenya this summer, so a lot of the jumping off points kind of came from the colors and saturation I saw there.
The inspiration for the hair was the idea of someone that's been wandering through the desert. We were going for something that was just very textured. We started by applying Bumble's prep spray to the hair. We then layered Bumble and Bumble's surf spray and brilliantine and blow dried those products into the hair. And then we put the hair into a high ponytail, which we then twist down into a chignon, leaving some of the ends sticking out. We spray them with a little bit of classic hairspray and a quick flick of a flat iron. All the girls' hair is facing the same direction, so it looks a little militant in the lineup. I'm really excited to be here, and I hope you guys all enjoy Fashion Week.
Hi, my name's Anthony Turner. We're backstage at Creatures of the Wind with Bumble and Bumble for Spring Summer 2015. Because the collection's quite pretty in a sense and it's very feminine, I wanted to do something that felt a little bit anarchic and played against that in a sense. Kind of thought to myself, what if the girls look like angsty skater boys from LA? And I kind of like that, it makes it fun for me to do. So the way that we achieved this hair was we used the Bumble and Bumble full form mousse. Used quite a lot of it, layering it through the hair, you know, working from the bottom, working up to the top. This product, the mousse, is really great for allowing me to kind of achieve that airiness and that lightness. And then we're kind of spritzing very, very lightly the Bumble and Bumble surf spray all the way through. I'm not using a comb or a brush, I'm using my fingers for the entire thing just because I want it to feel very lived in. And then using an elastic band and doing this kind of half in, half out ponytail. It's very kind of haphazard, cool ponytail that doesn't feel too considered at all. We kind of had this lightness and airiness to the hair that looked really great when the girls were walking. But at the same time it's got that kind of masculinity to it that plays against the collection.
Hey, it's Laurent Philippon here in the backstage at Karen Walker with the wonderful Bumble and Bumble team. I love working with Karen because she always comes up with a story. This season she got inspired by that kind of aristocratic English woman who would garden with some style, you know. It's a little bit as if she went in the garden and worked and sweat and all of this. We are starting to prep the hair with spraying surf spray, just to bring a little bit of wryness and hold and freeziness. Then we dry the product and then we backcomb the hair. We set it in a very classic way in the front and then in a little bit more loose way in the back. We don't use any brush after that. We just run our finger through the hair and then as a finish we're using the dry spun.
backstage at the Rag & Bone show in New York. I think the inspiration for the clothing this season, there's a lot of kind of big jackets, big hoods. There's a sportswear element to it. The hair's got to have that little bit of an edge to it. We're prepping the hair with thickening spray. This is to give a really nice hold to the hair, but very, very light. Blow drying the hair. We're not ironing the hair because we don't want the hair to be too straight. We split the hair into two in the back, and then in the back we're tying the hair almost like how you tie your shoelaces in a bow, very loose bow. So all the hair starts to billow like a material, and then with the classic hairspray over the surface just to create a really beautiful shine to the hair.
Hey, it's Laurent here with the Bumble and Bumble team in the backstage at Ralph Fucci. Ralph's is doing always those incredible clothes. He's done some amazing pieces this season. This season the hair is really, really simple, yet very precise. We're pulling all the hair back. We saturate the hair with Does It All. Does It All is great for that. It helps us gathering the hair in a very low ponytail, but it doesn't make it stiff looking. With that low ponytail, we're just twisting it. We twist it around the ponytail and we softly pin it. So this hairstyle and that very simple makeup finishes that beautiful silhouette very well, I think.
Hi, my name is Alan. I'm backstage at New York Fashion Week with Tanya Taylor at her Spring/Summer 2015 show. This summer collection is really colorful. She uses lots of prints that she does herself. There are lots of stripes. It's just a really fun, cool line of clothes. At the hair test, we were playing with a number of looks, and what we ended up going with was something that just kind of spontaneously happened. We were braiding the hair, and we flipped it behind the shoulders at one point, and it created a kind of unusual shape that we liked. To create this look, we start with a sharp, clean center parting. I applied Bumble's thickening hairspray from root to about mid-shaft of the hair. I used our new Bumble flat brush to blow dry the hair straight. Then I went through and burst Bumble's dry spun finish through the ends just to give a little bit of grip. So then I split it down the back and brought it forward over both shoulders and created just two very loose, easy braids, back combing the ends and just giving a little spray of Bumble's Does It All hairspray to finish. Tanya Taylor is part of this year's Vogue Fashion Fun competition, so it's a really exciting time for her, and I love being a part of it.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Paul, backstage with Bumble and Bumble, working on the Tom Brown show. The hair for Tom Brown, it's really a foundation for these fantastic hats. These amazing creations of Stephen Jones, the hat designer. And what we're doing is what's known as a wig wrap or a doobie. The hair is wrapped around the head, and I use tons and tons of the Bumble and Bumble thickening hairspray. What's so great about that is when you dry it with a blow dryer, it gets hard like gel. And then we put a little detail of a braid at the top that kind of makes a little crown, and it's very, very beautiful. Really, the look is great for the backstage photos, but it'll mostly be covered when it goes on the runway. There's a little group of girls that will be statues, and then the other girls will come out, walk around them. It's fun for us. It's very fun.
Hey, it's Laurent here with the Bumble and Bumble team in the backstage at Lacoste. The clothes are a little bit 70s, still quite sporty and still has a little bit of structure. With the hair, we're having a very organic approach. We are really looking at what suits the girl best. So we are using thickening spray to blow dry it flat on top. And then on the ends, we're using the big curling iron to create a very natural wave. I think it's a really cool hairstyle. What I like about it is that it doesn't look like a hairdresser kind of hairstyle. It looks like a really cool girl would have done it herself.
Hi, I'm Jordan M, and we're backstage with Bumble and Bumble at Rachel Comey. The inspiration for Rachel Comey is pretty simple. It's a low, loose ponytail. We're kind of just using the texture that they already have. It's kind of making like a better version of that. We'll just probably go in there with some dry spun, spray that in there, mess it up, and then just putting an elastic in low. I mean, it really is a real ponytail that a girl actually did herself that has just come apart throughout the day. Well, we're out in Red Hook, Brooklyn. The editors are gonna come out here, they're gonna get some food, and the models are gonna walk through while everyone's eating. Rachel Comey's cool, she's downtown, everyone loves her clothes. It's gonna be a cool show. I hope I get to eat some of the food.
Hi there, I'm backstage. It's Sister by Sibling, Spring Summer 14. We've created a nice big hair look today, American girl, sportswear, looks really great, it's voluptuous, sexy, it's full of body, it's got a nice big kind of quiff on the front. We've used our key products, thickening hairspray, Bumble and Bumble's Spray de Mode. We've padded out with hair extensions, we've thickened it up. We've used a large amount of thickening hairspray to give lots of volume. Tongs it all on a tight tong to really give us lots of curl and frizz. We've brushed it out so it's big and bold and bouncy. Just at the end, we're using a little bit of brilliantine to give it a fraction of shine. We've had a great collaboration with Sibling, Sid, Joe and Cosette. It's created a big, voluptuous Wonder Girl type look. It's always quite fun, it's always bouncy. Every season we come up with something quite big and bold, and it's kind of a big statement. It's great for hair.
Hello, my name is James Petchus, and today we are doing a show with Bumble and Bumble for Whistle's Spring Summer 2014. We went through the collection, and there was a feeling of 90s rave that they really wanted me to bring into the hair. We wanted to create a really natural center parting and just amazing texture that wasn't overdone. You just start off with the Bumble and Bumble thickening spray, and you're going to prep the hair from the roots to the mids. You don't want to blow dry it to get volume, you want to blow dry it down to get it flat to the head. We're using a little bit of the dry spun finish just to like blast through the hair. It gives it a little bit more of a texture and a grit that we want. It makes it look like maybe she's been raving a little bit that night. And then we usually always finish it off with a little bit of the Does It All spray. The hair works really well with the Whistles collection because this is supposed to be a believable girl, like a cool girl that you aspire to be. It's not really a do, it's not too crazy. It's a girl that likes to have fun. She's been out, now she's going to work, and she just has great hair.
Hi, my name is Alan Wood. I'm backstage with Bumble and Bumble at New York Fashion Week, and we are here at Tanya Taylor's show. The inspiration for Tanya's collection is really thick layers of bright colored acrylic paint. With the collection being as feminine and girly as it is, Tanya asked that we keep the hair feeling kind of cool. We started with the foundation of Bumble and Bumble's prep spray, layered with thickening hairspray. After going through the blow dry, we went ahead and did a technique of flat back combing to kind of web the hair together. In that process, we used Bumble's Does It All styling spray. Once we finished the look, we sprayed it with a final mist of plastic hairspray to set the style. The look is just an easy, effortless style that is raked back off of the face, and we use the iron to create a soft bend through the ends.
Hey, it's Laurent here. We are with the Bumble and Bumble team in the backstage at BCBG in New York City for Spring Summer 2014. This season, it's a milestone collection for BCBG. It's the 25th birthday. We both wanted to find the essence of this BCBG girl. She has that amazing hair, that amazing skin. Effortless was the key word for this collection. We needed first to blow dry her hair, to smooth it down. We worked all the hair with the curling iron. I love to say we're caressing the hair with the iron. It's invisible almost. And you can see that it looks like the hair was not worked, but actually this girl has amazing hair. As a finishing, we are using a little bit of semi-sumo. And then some girls that had heavier hair, we are going to use the Prada powder. I love to apply it just as if I was putting salt on my french fries. It grabs on the semi-sumo and it just does that lift-in texture. Overall, you have that really cool and really angelic look. It really incarnates that 2014 BCBG girl.
My name is James Petchus. specialist. I'm backstage with Bumble and Bumble at Gen Cow for Spring Summer 2014. The inspiration for Gen Cow this season comes from a lot of hippie references, sky blue denim and vests. They want to do something that would be a statement. I started getting into this idea of the super long Catwoman, don't cut your hair look, but in more of an elegant way. We're removing 90% of the girl's hair in cornrows, and then we have a tremendous amount of extensions. We're actually putting a full package of hair on each side of the head. So we'll straighten the hair, and then just finishing off with a little bit of Vesol spray.
Hi, my name's Jimmy Paul, and I work for Bumble and Bumble, and we're at the Oni Tina show. For the clothing, the inspiration was from an architect that they loved, and also from the idea of tying knots. So we did a knot actually in the back of the head. First step was we made a ponytail, tight ponytail. Put in tons of the BB gel to get like a hard shine, and then dried that in, and then did a sort of stencil with two pieces of paper. I'm really excited we're using the new spray chalk. And the great thing about it is you do one swipe and you get the color, which is such a luxury.
I think it looks really great on the girls. It's very strong.
And we're here with Bumble and Bumble at New York Fashion Week backstage at the opening ceremony show. Well, the inspiration for the collection was a little bit futuristic. There's a lot of digital print, east meets west in a sense. And so we kind of wanted to play against that, and the look for the hair is a very kind of downtown girl, very easy, but still with a sporty element to it. So the products we're using to create the look today are the Bumble and Bumble styling cream and the Bumble and Bumble thickening hairspray. And mixing these two products together, we've got this really kind of matted, dry texture. It's a little bit ratty and kind of all back, which gives us that sporty element. And it's just a very kind of low ponytail that was maybe once really perfect, but now is a little bit messed up. All that kind of signifies a young girl to me. Guys are so much fun. There's a lot of crazy looks going on. It's going to be really interesting, I think.
Here, backstage with Bumble and Bumble, Todd Snyder, New York Fashion Week. Inspiration for the collection is an American spending his summer in Europe, so he's kind of transformed into this European guy. So we're putting a little bit of prep in the guys. There is a side direction without a very direct part. The products that we're using are full form mousse and cream contour. It gives me the strength and the volume that I need in the front, and there's no shine and it's not matte. He didn't want either one, so with those two products it works great.
I'm Jimmy Paul. I'm backstage with Bumble and Bumble at New York Fashion Week. The inspiration for the collection, it seemed like there was a sporty influence that translated into the hair, We used BB thickening hairspray, which I use a lot of, and then we just blew it out. We did a ponytail, and then we used the cream contour. And then we put a headband on at the end. It catches the bottom of the ponytail. Very simple, just keep the face really open. That was it.
Hey, it's Laurent here at the Ralph Rucci Show, Spring Summer 2013. This season the clothes are, as always, absolutely beautiful. It's very couture. I wanted to do a shape that was very graphic and organic. So we're starting by loading the hair with spray de mode, doing a very tight ponytail, and then we are drying this ponytail. Once it's very, very dry, we remove the elastic. We do a little bit of flat iron just to smooth it. Then we do a very, very low ponytail. We're gonna braid that. Afterwards, we roll the braid inside and then just pin it. As a final touch, just before the girls are gonna come out, we're gonna put a coat of BB gel. I really, really wanted to get the maximum gloss, really a mirror effect. That kind of glossy shine gives this hairstyle its full dimension.
Hi, I'm Jordan M, and we're backstage at Aaron Bar, Spring Summer 2013. Aaron Bar's clothing is inspired by Marilyn Monroe. It's very sophisticated, it's pretty simple, it's beautiful. We try to kind of keep it like a little retro, kind of more of like a late 50s set. I use thickening hairspray on pretty much everyone. It's kind of like my base to start with. And a lot of styling cream. It creates this like really good dry texture. And then we went through and we just set the hairline with the curling iron just to kind of like give some movement around the hairline. So some of the girls were in a French twist, some of them are in a low bun. It's tricky to like get Marilyn Monroe and make it look cool and now and current. So we got to play around a lot, which I think is really fun for this kind of show.
Hey, this is Laurent here and the backstage of the Karen Walker Show, Spring Summer 2013. This season I wanted to propose Karen a tougher look than what we've been doing. We're creating bangs for all the girls. We're applying the extensions and then we're just chopping the hair below the eyes. For the texture, we're saturating the hair with Bumble and Bumble surf spray. We're drying all the hair and then we're doing like 3 braids all over the hair and then we flat iron those braids. When we open them, we get that wonderful texture that surf spray gives us and then with the braiding, a soft wave. As a final touch, we're spraying some hair powder over it, so then we're getting even bigger texture.
Hi, I'm Neil Moody. We're here backstage at the Marlon Goebel Spring Summer 2013 show here at the Public Library at the Lincoln Centre. Marlon's collection is called The Stars. It's all about guys who think they're the centre of the universe. Quite dynamic looking. They have like a real strong look about them. One of the original inspirations was the old DA haircut from the 1950s. And basically what we've done is prep the hair with Bumble & Bumble prep spray and styling cream. We've blow dried all the hair using a vent brush or a small round bristle brush and dried it all into the centre, so you've got this part that runs down the centre of the hair. Very sort of groomed and quite polished, but very sort of slick as well. It's almost like a blow dried version of a mohawk.
Hey, it's Rolando Beauchamp. We're backstage at the Matthew Marino Show, Spring 2013. Today the inspiration was a scientist working on dinosaur DNA, and she starts to morph into a dinosaur herself. We're doing these great rope braids that go down the back that sort of represent the vertebrate of the dinosaur. We're using grooming cream and Bumble gel, mixing the two, wetting the girl's hair down, combing it through, doing 2 rope braids and wrapping one into the other. And that's it for today.
Hey, my name is James Petches. We're backstage at Annette Lepore Spring Summer 2013. The inspiration described to me as a postmodern picnic. Taking that into the hair, maybe it's a little bit more texture, it's a little bit more real. We start off with thickening spray, our best staple product to just get going. Directing the hair away from the base, blow drying it. We're taking 2-inch section on both sides and we're setting it with a curling iron just to give it a really loose wave for when we pull it back into a ponytail right in the center of the head. It just gives it a little bit of a looser texture. When the girls get in the final lineup, we'll be kind of pulling out little pieces, tweaking it with some hairspray. It's all about movement, swinging ponytails, and like these little bits that kind of come off and move. Hey, my name is James Petches. We're backstage at Eden Spring Summer 2013. The collection was back to that New York girl that models day off kind of look. We just go in with a little bit of thickening spray, blow it out to give it a little bit of volume. We go through with curling irons so we get a really natural wave. And then pin the hair into place, and that's going to help set it by the time the show is ready to go. Hey, my name is James Petches. I'm backstage at Honor Spring Summer 2013. The inspiration for the clothing was a combination of the beauty in nature and the beauty in anatomy. An infusion of flowers and nature and plants, but also muscle tissue, and it all kind of blends together in this really beautiful way. The inspiration for the hair for Honor, we wanted to give it a stronger look. Anytime you braid the hair back, it kind of gives a woman a stronger, tougher aesthetic. You know, we're going in with prep, going in with surf spray, maybe a little bit of thickening spray just to get a really nice light texture in the hair. Going through and doing 2 plaits, center parting down to the back, but we're doing it kind of asymmetric to one side in the back, pinning it up, and we're using a little bit of Dust spray in the back just to help hold those pins in place. And then adding some jewels in the back, it kind of brings it back to this elegant, beautiful look.
Hi, my name's Jimmy Paul, and I'm doing the Oni Teetle Show, Spring Summer 2013. The inspiration for the show is an artist who does these amazing colorful prints and paintings. So we're doing a very precise center part, and then blow drying section by section using thickening hairspray, and then we're using a flat iron. After the hair is all ironed out, I just use a few drops of the hairdresser's invisible oil, and then just to keep things really, really neat, I'm using hairspray. It's a beautiful classic look.
Hi, I'm Neil Moody. We're here backstage at the Ruffian Spring Summer 2013 show. So the inspiration this year is very mature meets street. I wanted to get something a little bit sort of rockabilly, a little bit cooler and a bit younger looking with the hair this season. What we've done is we've prepped the hair with Bumble and Bumble prep spray. We've layered the hair with styling cream from roots right the way through to the end. And then we're power drying that into the hair, so that we get a sort of drier, matted texture. And then I'm back combing the roots on the top so that you get some more height. So that'll give me a real pompadour shape. I'm then literally just taking Sumo Tech in my hands and I'm running it through the sides so it makes it a little bit piecey. And then just literally pinning the hair up. It feels very rockabilly, very sort of pompadour-ish.
Hi, my name's Jimmy Paul. I'm doing hair for Tom Brown Spring Summer 2013. Well, the inspiration for the show was all based on like the circular shape. We did these very, very tight chignons, like a very tight ponytail on top of the head, and then we did a braid and made a little bun on top of the head. We used a ton of products. I used the thickening hairspray, the spray de mode hairspray, the does it all hairspray. We backcombed the wigs, then we made this round shape, then we put hair nets over it, and then we attached it to the buns. I think it looks really great on the girls. It's very strong.
Hi, my name is Sabrina Michaels. I'm at the Todd Snyder Show, Spring Summer 2013. So Todd's inspiration was the English patient, you know, a little dusty, desert-like. He likes texture, he doesn't want anything too straight. So we use the surf and the thickening to grit it up. Thickening hairspray has so many uses. You could use it in dry hair, you could blow dry it in the hair. And then maybe going over with a really tiny baby iron to get a little bend in it, a little messed up, you know, nothing too perfect.
Hey, it's Laurent here in the backstage at West Gordon Fashion Show for Spring Summer 2013. This season we're doing a dreaded look. We're using a mixture of grooming and texture. We are putting it on the hair and then we're twisting the hair with the dryer, creating a very, very heavy texture. And then once this is done, we are using the back combing and then we're twisting the hair with a little bit of hairspray. That's how we're shaping the dreadlocks. It looks really messy, very big texture. So it's a really, really cool, very organic look.
Hi, I'm Travis Speck. I'm here at WIT for Spring Summer 2013. The inspiration today was tropical Caribbean island vacation meets a downtown girl, and then we try to interpret the hair to sort of match something just casual and easy. To achieve the look today, we use thickening spray and a little bit of the invisible oil at the ends of the hair. Just did a basic blowout. We did a low ponytail. We did 2 rope braids and wrapped them into a chignon.
Laurent here. We're on the backstage of the Club Monaco show, Fall Winter 2017, and we're working with the amazing Bumble and Bumble team. This season, the hair at Club Monaco is very laid back, very cool. It's all very subtle. It's all about the right choice of products. For example, if it's curly hair, we're going to use Bumble and Bumble Curl Primer and then the Surf Mousse. Some girls would just mess up the texture with a thickening spray, just as if they did it themselves. That's it. It's kind of a very effortless elegance. I hope you enjoy the show.
Hi, I'm Holly Smith with Bumble and Bumble at Eckhouse Lotte Fall Winter 17. Eckhouse Lotte always has a super diverse, cool, genderless, slightly odd kind of casting. I didn't want to remove any of that identity. To me, I thought doing some solid shape would be really cool. So basically what I did is I used thickening hairspray and surf spray and then teased everything up into here, then started brushing it down. Once we got this shape going in, we used the Does It All hairspray by Bumble, and then we finished it with the strong finish, so it cemented it. I'm super excited to be here with Eckhouse Lotte. It's really special for me.
Hey, it's Laurent here. We're in the backstage of the Gypsy Sports Show in New York City, Fall Winter 2017, with the great Bumble and Bumble team. For the hair, we had a super exciting variety in the casting. So many different hair types, no gender boundaries. We had a few themes going on. We had a very, very exaggerated beehive that we did with a lot of stronghold, drying it up so it really stood up. Another theme was dreadlocks. And then of course there was the very, very long braids. It was kind of a take on R&B traditional braiding. We exaggerated it and made it really, really long. Gypsy Sport is one of my favorite shows. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hey, it's Laurent here. We're in the backstage of the Lacoste show, Fall Winter 2017 in New York City, and we are still and will always work with the amazing Bumble and Bumble team. With Lacoste, it's a very precise job. The message is embrace your texture, embrace who you are. So it's different for everyone. For curly hair, we are of course using our beautiful curl line. For straighter hair, we wanted to bring a little bit of texture. We always start with spraying prep. After we put prep, we're putting the surf foam spray to bring a little bit of crispiness. It's about a very precise balance of product that's going to make your own texture look at its best. I enjoy doing this as much as I enjoy doing very intricate hair. It seems like Felipe, the designer, takes the brand one step higher every time, and this time he did it again. I hope you enjoy it.
I'm Holly Smith. We're at Proenza Schuler Fall Winter 17 with Bumble and Bumble. So Proenza boys, they're always some sort of world of naturalness happening. Their clothes are really amazing, and to do something too fancy in the hair would make everything be too rich and opulent, and that's not who they are. And so what is a good way of making some of that naturalness preserved was us doing this kind of spectrum where different haircuts and different curl textures all got to be represented somehow. And so the way that we kind of unified that is having a middle part, used Don't Blow It by Bumble and Bumble, and a little thickening spray just at the root just to kind of ground that natural middle part. Their hair wasn't pulled back in any way, it was still open, but there was something kind of groomed happening to it. That's it. This is my first time doing Proenza Schuler. I'm so happy to be here.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Paul, and I'm here at the self-portrait show for Bumble and Bumble. The inspiration for the hair is it girls of the moment, just looking their best. What I do is I ask the girls, what side do you wear your part on? Do you like this? And really working with the girls to make sure that they like it. We're making the hair a little bit textured, more like a natural wave, and I'm using Prep and the Bumble and Bumble Curly Mousse and different products for each girl individually to coax out their natural wave. It's individual hair for each model. Thanks guys, enjoy the show.
Hey, it's Laurent. We are in the backstage of the Tanya Taylor show, Fall/Winter 2017, with the amazing Bumble and Bumble team. The vibe of the show this season was a bohemian artsy girl. We created a very soft wave, a bit 70s inspired. For that, we separated the hair in the center with Prep. I called that a blurry part, because I didn't want it to be graphic, I didn't want it to be straight. And then we worked section by section with the curling iron, doing a half loop on one side, half loop on the other. It's giving that very, very soft wave. And then we used Bumble and Bumble City Swept. It was to break down the hair, we didn't want it to look too clean. It's just like a super natural wave. I hope you guys enjoy the show.
Hi, I'm Holly Smith at Ula Johnson, Fall/Winter 2017 with Bumble and Bumble. So we used the thickening spray to start with, started getting all the hair going in the right direction, and then we started perfecting the hair and getting that direction going, and then we used the brilliantine in the end, and then there's a perfect little braid in the back, and then we used the strong finish. So you have kind of a dry element on top and a little slicker and wetter ponytail in the back. It's just like a really perfect, clean, classic ponytail. It's nice because it's a small head and then you have space to see all this really beautiful clothing.
Hey, it's Laurent here. We're in the backstage of the Brother Valleys show. The casting is kind of a celebration of humanity. We have straight hair, wavy hair, we have very, very tight curls, we have softer curls. So the recipe is different for every girl. Some girls we used our beautiful new curly line. Some other girls we just created a slight bend on the hair. It's a really good start of the fashion week. I hope you enjoy the show.
Hi, my name's Anthony Turner and we're backstage at Creatures of the Wind with Bumble and Bumble. So the inspiration for the hair this season is a very tough girl, a girl that means business. We're doing braids either side of the head. We're using the Bumble and Bumble Full Mousse. Finishing off with the classic Bumble lac hairspray, and then the second look is a very strict side part. Twisting it into like a little knot, and then again finishing off with the lac hairspray, just to kind of make it feel like plastic and really pump the shine as much as I can. Hope you enjoy the show, and here's to a great fashion week.
Hey, it's Laurent here. We're in the backstage of Gypsy Sport in New York with the wonderful Bumble and Bumble team. We had a lot of fun today. We did some kind of punky spikes. We did some gelled finger waves. Really cute glued on fringe that was very graphic above the eyebrows. We did some braiding as well. It was the Gypsy Sport tribe having fun in style.
Hi, this is Amy Farrad. We are backstage at Hood by Air with Bumble and Bumble. This season, Shane was really inspired by the Pilgrims. So we are customizing the colonial pilgrim wig look. And then we have another look. We did a foil set, creates this beautiful frizzy flat wave with saran wrap, kind of like a do-rag. In the back, it's secured by a buckle. And then we have another look. We are using wig blocking tape to create a really graphic shape. I hope you enjoy the show.
Hey, it's Laurent here. We're in the backstage of the Karen Walker show at New York Fashion Week. Karen always comes up with great stories. This season, she was inspired by this American photographer called Berenice Abbott, and she had a very particular hairstyle. We're drawing a side part. The top of the hair is very close to the scalp. We're using Bumble and Bumble prep and thickening spray to push the hold. It's almost like molded hair. We're spraying surf spray and just drying it with the diffuser. So once again, I'm so looking forward to a fantastic Karen show. Hey, it's Laurent here in the backstage of the Lacoste show, Fall/Winter 2016. There's a great diversity in the casting, and therefore there's a great diversity in the hair texture. Primarily, the hair that we did looked very effortless, almost as if there was no hairdresser. We wetted the hair with Bumble and Bumble prep, and then we applied a little bit of Don't Blow It. The thing is, if you start putting a blow dryer in it, then it gets fluffy and you lose the natural texture. So overall, it was great attention to each of the models. It's just those cool kids wearing those fantastic clothes. Hey, it's Laurent here. We are in the backstage of Mansour Gabriel with the amazing Bumble and Bumble team. In this show, there's a few different characters. One is kind of very graphic and very strict. We just saturate the hair with Does It All to slick the hair and then to give that kind of soft shine. Then we do those little braided buns. The second hairstyle, we texture the hair with BB thickening dry spun spray. The hair is textured and braided in the back. Mansour Gabriel this season is a very special show. Enjoy it!
Hi guys, I'm Jordan M. We're backstage at Oni Tito doing hair for Bumble and Bumble. The clothes are almost Victorian for this collection, and they wanted to do something a little more like rock and roll, cool girl, just to really kind of like balance out the clothes. For products today, we're just kind of going in there using prep, finishing off with some city swept. We kind of settled on a bang for a lot of the girls. Kind of dirty, lived-in feel, music, rock and roll kind of vibe. It's great, it really balances out the clothes, make the girls look cool.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Paul, backstage at opening ceremony. We are here with the Bumble and Bumble team. We did finger waves for the hair. I use the Bumble and Bumble gel. I love it. I try to use it all the time. It has amazing shine. I love the idea of like maybe a girl just put some gel in her hair and did a quick little finger wave. That was really the inspiration for the hair. It was my first season working with the opening ceremony and I am thrilled, over the moon. They're brilliant.
We have worked with Bumble for so many seasons now. It's been an amazing relationship. This is our first season working with Jimmy. He's been awesome. Yeah, we're super excited.
Hi, my name's Anthony Turner. We're backstage at Provenza Schooler with Bumble and Bumble. So basically what we're doing this season, I'm using the Bumble and Bumble prep spray all throughout the hair, then blow drying it into a really messy side part. Once the hair's been blow dried, I am using the Bumble and Bumble City Sweat, which basically gives me quite a bit of shine, but also quite a lot of hold. And I'm layering this through the hair. I'm using quite a lot of it. I want it to be really shiny, really gritty, to make the girls feel very uniform. And finishing off with the Bumble and Bumble Classic Lac Hairspray. So hope you enjoy the show, and I'll see you guys soon.
I'm Jordan M. with Bumble and Bumble, and we're at the Protagonist presentation in New York. We just went through the hair, just keeping it really natural and clean. I had the team work with prep a lot, and then brought the hair to the back, and then just did like a really loose twist. Just have it feel like effortless and clean.
Hi, it's Jimmy backstage at Tom Brown, fall, winter 2016. So whenever I do wigs, we wrap the hair for underneath the wigs. It's a good look on its own, so we did that. So I used a lot of products. I used a ton of the Bumble and Bumble thickening hairspray. We do it very carefully, very systematically. So it made it into a small head with the hair packed really tight, with a little bit of a 20s feeling. I hope you enjoy the show. Thank you so much.
My name is Yannick Dietz. I'm working today for Team Coppens with the beautiful team from Bumble and Bumble. We want to keep the boys really young, really pretty, really cool. We use this dry texturizing hairspray. Little bit, not too much. You don't need more, it's enough. Just make the hair like really young, really cool. That's it.
Sabrina Michaels here with Bumble and Bumble and Todd Snyder. For the look, I'm using Don't Blow It to enhance their natural texture. He wants a drier look, so I'm also spraying dry spun in wet hair. And then we're just finishing it off with cream contour for a little bit of definition. I love Todd Snyder, I love his clothes, I love the cast that he picks, and it's always a great show.
Hey, it's Laurent here. We're in the backstage of the Club Monaco show with the fabulous Bumble and Bumble team. With the designer, we spoke about respecting every girl's hair, magnifying it, making it look sexy and contemporary. Some of them needed a little extra lift on the roots, so we worked it with thickening spray that we sprayed on the roots, that we lifted with the fingers and the dryer. We used dry spun quite a bit on long hair to add some volume. The star product of this show is Bumble and Bumble Hair. This is Invisible Oil Dry Oil Finishing Spray. My very favorite product of the moment. It brings airiness, it brings a little bit of separation. It's just like instant beauty. We're gonna have this product backstage and we're gonna use it again and again. Enjoy the show!
The theme of the show this season at Zouer Mourad Haute Couture was stars. Stars in every possible meanings. The stars in the sky, the movie stars, and the stars as a design. So you could see stars everywhere on the runway, on a lot of dresses, and on those very cute little headbands. There was 3 different hairstyles this season that we wanted to adapt on different faces. There was girls who got a fringe, kind of long just over the eyebrows. Some girls got a center part and some other girls got a side part. We prepped the hair with prep and thickening spray. We dried the hair and worked it very softly with an iron, creating a very soft wave that brings all this beautiful quality of hair that we love, the shine, sexiness. The overall vibe was 70s and a little bit rock and roll. Very cool. It was to create a duality with the clothes who were so high-end haute couture. In the end, those girls looked like shooting stars on this beautiful cosmic background.
Hey, it's Laurent Philippon here with the Bumble and Bumble team.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Paul, backstage with Bumble and Bumble.
My name's Anthony.
Hi, I'm Jordan M.
Hi, Sabrina Michaels.
Hi, I'm Paul Hanlon.
Hi, my name is Alan. I'm here at New York Fashion Week with Bumble and Bumble.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Paul, backstage at Adam Selman for Bumble and Bumble. The clothes were very cute, very sexy. For the hair, products were really key to this. We backcombed the hair and gave it kind of like a 60s look. I used a lot of the Bumble and Bumble thickening mousse. That really helped a lot. And then the really kind of new thing for me was we used the Bumble and Bumble gel, which I love. I used them to put the little pin curls at the sideburn and made it a little bit crunchy. And that really gave it a new twist for me. That made the girls look tough, which was fun. And they loved it, and the girls were just fantastic.
Hi, I'm Amy Farrett, backstage at Hood by Air with Bumble and Bumble.
The collection is like so sick. It's really, really good. So it's going to be cool. We're creating references. We're creating a new concept. Everything's super conceptual. Some models are getting finger waves and some are getting really gelled hair on the forehead and down on the face. I'm using Bumble and Bumble Prep to wet the hair and then BB Gel to gel the hair down to the heads. Pretty much all the models will have this stocking covered hairstyle. The head is going to be the unifying force in this collection. So we're just constantly playing with identity and giving them new face, new hair, incorporating it all into this amazing collection.
Hi, I'm Jordan M. We're backstage at Karen Walker, Fall/Winter 2015 for Bumble and Bumble. The inspiration for the collection this season was based on a BBC television show called Sapphire and Steel from the 70s. For the hair, they wanted the idea of a girl who was a time traveler, timeless, glamorous. We just did kind of a 1970s Farrah Fawcett set just through the front, just to give it some shape around the hairline, and then hit it with some dry spun and just kind of shake it out. The hair's really pretty, but pretty simple this season.
Hey, it's Laurent here in the backstage at Lacoste with the amazing Bumble and Bumble team. Fall 2015 in New York City. The clothing was very sporty, very urban. We really looked at every girl and tried to make them the most Lacoste possible. Sometimes it was slightly wavy, sometimes we blow dry the hair. We didn't want the hair to look done at all, and Surf Infusion brought that perfect texture that we love, that separation and sexiness, the shine, and made it look not hairdressery.
Hi, I'm Jordan M. We're backstage at Oni Teetle for Bumble and Bumble Fall/Winter 2015. The clothes for Oni Teetle are always glamorous, polished. It's a great collection and it's always fun. They wanted to keep the hair a little more polished this season. We've been going in there with some Bumble thickening spray on the roots, thickening mousse on the ends on dry hair, doing a quick round brush blow dry, putting some Bumble Does It All in the ends on the front, and then running through it with an iron. The trick to this look is to just brush it out a lot. Really aerate the hair, give it some movement, and get a life of its own. It's really beautiful hair, and I really like it.
Hi, my name's Anthony Turner and we're backstage at opening ceremony, Autumn/Winter 15 for Bumble and Bumble. This season we're taking inspiration from Sofia Coppola for the hair that we're creating. It's a very simple look, but it's one that feels quite chic. To get the look, what I'm doing is using the Bumble and Bumble thickening spray all throughout the hair, really low deep side part, and then I'm drying everything down. So all this front section comes down over the face. As I'm drying it, I'm using the Bumble and Bumble Invisible. Once we've dried it, we're tucking it behind the ears. I'm then using a medium-sized curling iron just to get a little bend in the back. It just feels kind of nice to do something that feels quite low and a bit more relaxed and very kind of nonchalant.
Hi, I'm Paul Hanlon in New York, backstage at the Philip Lim Show, Autumn/Winter 2015 with Bumble and Bumble. It's very urban, very street style, but at the same time very aspirational. The inspiration for the hair this season, it's very simple, it's very much about texture, very, very organic. It's
we're using prep laid on the top with thickening spray, and we're going to dry it in, and then on those sections we're going to plait them very, very loosely, and with a flat iron we're going to just create these very easy waves to the hair. A little bit of brilliantine on the mid-length and ends just to moisturise the hair. So what you get is this like two textured hair, but it's just very cool, very easy, like, you know, you'd see a girl on the street.
Hi, my name's Anthony Turner. We're here backstage at Proenza Scola for Autumn-Winter 2015 with Bumble and Bumble. The inspiration for this season at Proenza Scola is a lady come undone. We wanted to bring something cool to the hair. We still wanted it to feel very much about a young urban girl. What I'm doing is using Bumble and Bumble thickening spray, Bumble and Bumble prep spray, mixing those two products together. I'm drying everything back with my fingers. I'm then going back in with Bumble and Bumble surf spray and just lightly spritzing it over the top, drying that in. Then I'm going to go in with the dry spun finish, and then that's kind of it really. The girls are going to be wearing these really cool leather headbands, but it all feels very haphazard and very organic.
Hi, my name is James Petches, and we're backstage at Protagonist with Bumble and Bumble. The inspiration behind the clothes this season was stopping production of something and reworking it. The girl that we're creating today, she has to be very cool and believable. We're gonna prep all the hair with prep, and you blow dry that in. Then we're gonna take the Preta powder and completely cover all the roots section by section just to give it a lot of texture. And we're going to dry that in with our fingers. Last thing we do is I'm going to take a little dry spun, spray it in the hair and just give it a little extra texture. It's a very believable look, very real girl.
Hi, I'm Jordan M. for Bumble and Bumble, and we're backstage at Rachel Comey Fall/Winter 2015. There's a lot of beautiful colors and prints in the collection. It's really nice. It has a really casual feel. The inspiration for Rachel Comey this season was to keep it really light and fresh. What we've been doing today is using the Bumble Prep and a little bit of the Bumble Styling Lotion and just putting a light wave in the hair with our hands and a blow dryer and just kind of bringing out those flyaways that give the hair some personality. It's really nice. It has a really casual feel. The show this season's a little different. It's actually a dinner. The guests will all be seated and the girls will walk through between courses. It's a nice atmosphere.
Hi, my name is Alan. I'm here with Bumble and Bumble, and we're backstage at Tanya Taylor's Fall/Winter 2015 show. We talked about the hair, and they really wanted to go with something that was relatable to the everyday girl. To get this look, we started by applying thickening spray and just quickly smoothing through to get rid of any kinks. Then we found a very clean center parting and gathered the hair into a low ponytail, tying the ponytail off and then securing it with a custom-made leather tie. It's going to be a great show, and I'm thrilled to be here.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Paul and I'm backstage at Tom Brown for Bumble and Bumble. I don't actually see the clothes until the last minute. There's always some kind of fun thing. We made these really chic little chignons and I used the Bumble gel, which made the hair really shiny. So it was a very finished thing and it worked really well with the clothes once I finally saw them. And then we get to spray the girls and guys with the white hair powder. It's an amazing show to be a part of, and it's really the dream to get to work with all these creative people.
Hi there, I'm Paul Hanlon. We're backstage in New York at the Vera Wang show with Bumble and Bumble. This season, it's all about like the silhouette. It's very like floppy, it's very like oversized, but it's sort of very chic still at the same time. What we're doing is just creating this very kind of almost savage, messy knot using thickening spray. And then what we're doing, we're just putting a quick curling iron in 5-6 inches from the roots, and then using Sumo Tech all through the root area. We're yanking the hair back in a knot, and then with the hairspray does it all, spraying the ends, makes it a little bit more spiky, and then we spray all the fronts down, so it almost makes it look very sweaty, like it's been stuck to the forehead. It's very much like the girls maybe woke up this morning and just kind of yanked their hair back.
And we're backstage at the Alexander Hershkovich Ready to Wear Fall 2014. The clothing was inspired by Victorian era. The inspiration for the hair is Egon Schiele and Toulouse-Lautrec, painters towards the very end of the Victorian era. Basically, we hit the hair with dry spun to mat it down. We took out 1 inch all the way around. The rest, put it in a tight bun. We sprayed either Does It All or Spray the Mode hairspray. Ratted it with a comb, flat iron it, and brush it out to create frizz. And basically we're creating a veil over the right eye, and then the rest gets swooped into the bun to have an outer layer of fuzziness throughout the entire hairdo. Hey, this is Laurent Philippon, hairstylist from Bumble and Bumble, here in the backstage at BCBG Max Azri. This season, the hair is inspired by Françoise Hardy and Patti Smith. It's kind of that rock and roll attitude. This woman doesn't need to make a lot of effort to look amazing. Every girl is going to be treated differently. Some girls, we just sprayed a little bit of prep from Bumble and Bumble. It helped us creating that very airy texture. Other girls were putting thickening spray because they need stronger texture. Some girls were working the hair with the iron. And then on older girls, we're spraying dry spun from Bumble and Bumble. It's a great hairspray. It gives a really beautiful kind of matte finish. What I like about it is that it doesn't look like a hairdresser kind of hairstyle. It looks like a really cool girl would have done it herself. Hey, it's Laurent here in the backstage at Hervé Léger with the Bumble and Bumble team. This season, the idea behind the clothes is a little bit robotic and high-tech. So we're going for a very tight ponytail with flashes of color. We are saturating the hair with Does It All. That helps us to grab all the hair together in a very clean way. We're going for two different colors, blue and then a coral red, in the form of a line that goes from the neck back out into the ponytail. And then to finish, we're using Spray de Mode, to get that beautiful shine. Hey, this is Laurent here. We are at New York Fashion Week at the Karen Walker Show with the Bumble and Bumble team. The inspiration for the clothing is a mixture of Victorian details with a kind of a rock and roll punk twist. It's all about the texture. We're working on the texture with the hair. To achieve this look, it takes a lot of product. We're blow drying the hair with thickening and prep. We are doing a very good root lift with the thickening hairspray. And then we are continuing with a spray de mode, doing some back combing. We spray the back combing and then we flat iron the back combing. And then we brush the back combing, which brings us a true little cushion on the roots. And then to finish, we're using the dry spot. She has the rock and roll attitude of Courtney Love, and she has a great sense of style.
Hi, I'm Paul Hanlon in New York, backstage at the Parenta Shula show with Bumble and Bumble. This season, with the clothes, they're very, very designed, very, very graphic. It's all about silhouette. The inspiration for the hair this season, the kind of skate girl, California, girl that has a little bit more of an attitude, a little bit more of an identity. So we're doing a low side part, very clean, and then with the hairspray that does it all, just section by section underneath, drying the spraying, so it's very, very controlled. Some of the girls have got very, very thick hair, so we're just putting braids underneath just to make the hair thinner, more transparent, and then a little bit of brilliantine in the end, just to make it feel a little bit more languid, a little bit more selective feel to the hair. So basically the team are making it super perfect, so that in the lineup I can just pull all the little bits out, so it feels a little bit more alive, so it just still gives it that easiness to their girl.
Hi, I'm Alan. I'm backstage with Bumble and Bumble at New York Fashion Week, and this is Tanya Taylor's show. The inspiration for the collection is photography and blurred images going in and out of focus. I love this collection. There's lots of really cool metallic pieces and Mongolian fur accents that are acid colors. Tanya had a very specific vision for the hair. We went with a clean center parting. The hair is smooth and behind the shoulders. We used a large curling iron to create a soft bend throughout the ends and dry spun finish to create a gauzy texture. It's really cool.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Paul. I work for Bumble and Bumble. I'm at New York Fashion Week at Tom Brown. The inspiration for the hair, we're doing nuns, and we're using these white wigs that we're kind of making into a shape of a nun hat. I think it was called a wimple, in fact. So we teased the wigs and made this shape. There's a ponytail in the back, but that's going to be tucked into their collar. It kind of anchors it and keeps everything together. And I sprayed a ton of Does It All hairspray at the finish. Tons and tons of it.
Hi, Sabrina Michaels here at Todd Snyder, backstage with Bumble and Bumble, New York Fashion Week. The inspiration collection is kind of like a mod gang. So this year we have a couple of different looks. Some with grooming cream, kind of coming forward, slight part. And then for the other guys, going in a little bit heavier with sumo wax and really combing it. He really likes the cone marks. You know, they're supposed to look like a gang, so I like undercuts and real sharp side partings with a little quiff in the front. I love it.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Paul. We're backstage at the Vera Wang show with Bumble and Bumble. The hair for Vera Wang this season is very, very natural. It's supposed to look like the girls just showed up that way.
This was about hair that was individual. Each girl had to look like who she was on any given day and throwing on these insane couture clothes. So that was a tremendously difficult task.
There is a deep side part. Looks a little bit flat and that the head is very small. And then in the back, if the girl has very, very thick hair, we are doing a few cornrows just to make the hair a little bit finer. Right now, it seems to be a very big trend in New York, very minimal hair and makeup. I'm so excited to get to do something that's really wearable and looks really great.
Bumble and Bumble rocks. They're with me every season. They've been with me for years. Couldn't show that, you guys.
Hi, my name's Anthony Turner. We're backstage at opening ceremony at New York Fashion Week with Bumble and Bumble. Yeah, so basically the inspiration for the entire show is Antwerp, Belgium.
We were really inspired by a trip we took to Antwerp. There's an ease and an effortless to it, but still a really cool attitude. Anthony's, as everyone knows, is incredible, and we were really excited to work with him.
Whenever I think of Antwerp, I always think of this kind of cool art student, a little bit nonchalant, like she cares, but she doesn't really care. And so we're bringing that into the hair in a really cool way. What I'm doing is putting the Bumble and Bumble thickening spray just through the top section, the really low side part, kind of blowing it down almost over one eye, using a little U-pin just to kind of secure it and tucking it behind the ears. Finishing off with the dry spun finish, which is like a dry shampoo, to mat the hair down, make it nice and fluffy, nice and lifting. So although the hair looks quite simple, there are a lot of factors going on with it.
We were really excited to work with Anthony and Bumble, and I think that the team has really put together something so incredible, really giving this effortless and this ease. You know, it's really, I think, what opening ceremony is about, and I feel like the hair really represented so perfectly.
You know, we worked with Bumble in the past, and personally, we both love the products too.
Hey, this is Laurent here at New York Fashion Week.
My name is Sabrina Michaels.
Hi, I'm Neil Moody. My name is James Bedges.
Hey, this is Rolanda Beauchamp.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Paul.
Hey, my name is Rolanda Beauchamp. I'm here backstage with Bumble and Bumble at New York Fashion Week Fall 2013. We're doing amazing hair today. I'm saturating the hair with my mixture of styling lotion and thickening hairspray that I've mixed together 50-50. I'm doing a low side part, drying it really, really close to the head and back. I'm also using grooming cream and BB gel that I've mixed together 50-50. And doing a cornrow down the back. And I'm ending my whole look with creme de contour.
Hey, it's Laurent. We're at the backstage here with Bumble and Bumble at BCBG. So the whole vibe of the show is inspired by the beautiful city of Istanbul. The hair is really cool. It's sexy, it's worn out, but it's very subtle. So we're using a mix of Bumble and Bumble thickening spray and surf spray all over the hair to bring that textured look. And then we're using creme contour as a finish. It's a very light texturizer, so it's great for thin hair. I really love this new product. They're gonna wear a hat, so I really wanted to have some movement and some life in the silhouette. It's a very sexy look. Hey, this is Laurent here. We are backstage at Ralph Rucci with the Bumble and Bumble team. Working with Ralph is a total different experience than working with other designers. Ralph always wants a small head, which gives importance to the silhouette of the clothes. And so there's no inspiration, there's no reference. It's totally architectural, and this is something I love to do. It's quite a production. You separate the hair, do ponytail with the back part. Then you do 2 braids, and then you attach the 2 braids on each side. Then you're gonna take care about the top part that you're gonna backcomb to death like a cotton candy. Then you're gonna smooth the hair slowly. And then I'm doing another small little ponytail, and then I'm gonna just put the ponytail inside that shape. And then that's when we're gonna use spray de mode. I literally wet the hair with spray de mode, and then I smooth it with my hands, so that lacquers the hair. It's a really beautiful look today, but it's also very challenging.
Hey, my name is Rolanda Beauchamp. We're backstage at Chadwick Bell, New York Fashion Week, and I'm here with my great team from Bumble and Bumble. Today we're doing these really lovely low ponytails with a bit of bulk in the back and some height on top. And we're achieving that by using the great new product that Bumble's put out, Bumble Mousse. Yeah, I'm really crazy about this season. Everything below gets braided away, tucked away, so the bulk is taken out. We blow everything else out with a round brush, giving height particularly to the top. We tie it into a low ponytail and we're done. She looks like this great young girl at the market or that you would see in Paris early in the morning.
Hey, it's Laurent Philippon here. We're backstage with the Bumble team at Hervé Léger. The inspiration this season is a really cool Los Angeles biker. She happens to own the most beautiful hair. To get there, we're putting a little bit of full-form mousse all over the hair. It's a product that I really fell in love with. We then dry the hair completely with the dryer, and then we're going to work section by section with the large curling iron. We kind of caress the hair to create a slight wave. Once we're done, we're going to brush all the hair, and then we're going to run our finger through it and separate pieces and make it look a little bit wild.
Hi, I'm James Petches. I'm backstage with Bumble and Bumble at New York Fashion Week. For the honor show this year, they wanted to create a collection that was really bright and happy and fun. So we gave all the girls a nice strong side parting and directing the hair over. And then we're going in with thickening spray. And then we're even adding a layer of holding spray on top of it and blow drying it out. And it just gives the hair like a weight and a little bit of like a texture that we need. In the back, we're taking a rectangular piece out and braiding it out in a cornrow. The two side sections are then just brushed smooth and directed behind the ear and twisted towards the face. And then it's going to be looped back underneath and pinned inside to hide the braid. My name is James Petches. I'm backstage with Bumble and Bumble. The collection this season was inspired by all the media recently with discoveries on Mars. So this is it's a girl on a trip to Mars. I thought it needed something a little bit stronger, something a little bit more sci-fi. For the first look that we did, we started off with thickening spray. And we're saturating the hair to brush into place. And on the top, we're using holding spray. It's kind of like a new version of a low ponytail. So the other look that we did, we started off parting diagonally across the back, using thickening spray to get all the hair in the right direction of the ponytail, which one's going to be at the top and one's going to be more on the side of the head. And then the top parts, you just keep twisting the hair down and you form like little bunches of hair. Finishing off with Does It All hairspray.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Paul, backstage with Bumble and Bumble at New York Fashion Week. It's a very geometric collection, and also they use some sequins, so there's some shine in the clothes. And so we tried to have the idea of shine and matte on the same head of hair. The number one product I use is the thickening hairspray. If you overuse it, it will dry hard and very shiny, almost a wet look. And it's an incredibly unique thing. I love using the new mousse. It works fantastic for weight and thickness in the ends. It's one of my number one favorite things about using this mousse. It's a very ironed, straight look. We've done so many waves and curls in the past few seasons, so it's fun to do something a little bit different.
I'm Jordan M, and we're backstage with Bumble and Bumble for New York Fashion Week. The inspiration for the collection, a really modern, sophisticated woman. Rachel Comey specifically wanted short hair this season, so we really got to collaborate. That's why we had to find 27 wigs for all the girls. I played around with the wigs. I went into Rachel's studio and got some feedback, and they just kept getting shorter and shorter and shorter until what we have here at the show, which are some pretty short haircuts.
We got to play around a lot, which I think is really fun for this kind of show.
Hi, my name is Alan Wood, and we are backstage with Bumble and Bumble at New York Fashion Week. The inspiration for the hair today at Tanya Taylor's show is a gritty 60s bad girl. So to create this look, I started by applying a layer of prep to the hair. I then evenly saturated the hair with Bumble's surf spray. I hand dried those products into the hair to create a rough texture. We then swept one of the sides back and secured it at the center of the back of the head. And then we finished the look with a deep side part and spraying with a lot of classic hairspray to create a lot of stiff separation and texture in the hair. This is an amazing show. We're here at the Museum of Modern Art in New York City. I think it's awesome.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Paul, backstage with Bumble and Bumble at New York's Fashion Week. The inspiration for the hair at Tom Brown, when I went in for the meeting with him, he said he wanted like a big bird's nest all off the face. And what we did was we used the Bumble and Bumble thickening hairspray and dried that in really rough, and then we teased the hair all over the whole head, teased it really big, and then did a sort of a double French twist, but leaving the hair very, very rough. We had these kind of crown of thorns. We fit the crowns on over that, and then we finished with the Bumble and Bumble Does It All hairspray.
sumo, really dousing a lot of semi-sumo, layering it up. And then finishing it off with holding spray and a Bumble clip just to keep those sides thin and back.
Hey, Rolando Bouchamp here. We're backstage at Alexander Herskovich Fall 2012 show. Alexander took different materials and different textures and put them together to make these incredible outfits. So we decided to do the same thing with hair, mixing dry, sleek, and just beautifully blown out hair. We're using thickening spray and a little bit of surf spray. We're blowing the hair out, sectioning the top off, a square section. Everything else gets pulled into a low ponytail. The sides are getting hit with spray de mode to make it really shiny. And then the top, we're letting it semi-dry with the thickening spray so we get some texture in there. And then the whole thing gets laid over and then bungeed into the ponytail. And that's what we're doing today.
Hi, this is Sabrina Michaels at Brood, Fall Winter 2012, New York City. Inspiration has to do with an artist. It's very graphic. He wanted the hair to look very dirty, very grungy. He likes a lot of texture. He also wanted to see the duality between, you know, the front being smooth and slick and the dry texture in the back. We kind of did an assembly line, blow drying tons of thickening spray just to get the movement of the hair back. A little surf and thickening through the body, just roughly dried with your hands. Back combed and flat ironed with Does It All. And then waxed and then sewn up the back.
Hi, my name is James Petches. We're backstage at Eden, Fall Winter 2012. So what we wanted to do was go through the hair and give it lots and lots of texture with surf spray, build up the texture, and then we're actually taking the left side, we're pulling it back and doing a hidden braid that we attach underneath to give it an asymmetric side. And then we're saturating it with the thickening spray. Going through sections and just really organically smashing the hair and pinning it in a very random way that looks more like hair than like a machine did it. And we're drying that. 3 dryers on every head, getting it done. Yeah, then we're gonna do a little light brush out and then girls go.
Hi, my name is Alan Wood. We are here backstage at Gretchen Jones' Fall/Winter 2012 show at Drive-In Studios in New York City. The inspiration for the collection is in the Southwest, and there is also a bit of a tribute to Gretchen's father involved. The hair is inspired by the idea of a rope braided lasso. And also there is a feeling of a girl that has been riding a horse in the desert. It's very dry, dusty, kind of tumbleweeded texture. So the products that I used to achieve this look was a foundation of Bumble Surf Spray that was hand dried into the hair. The hair was then backcombed and flat ironed, then brushed out to create a dry, fuzzy, tumbleweeded texture. After that, I used Bumble's white hair powder to give the hair a further mattified, dry finish. The hair is rope braided and pinned to the back of the head to simulate the texture of a basket and the woven effect. And it's finished with a little bit of Bumble's Does It All hairspray.
My name is James Petches, backstage here at Honor for New York Fashion Week, Fall/Winter 2012. The inspiration for Honor this season kind of came from a story of a girl who's more of this free-spirited, passionate woman who comes in and out of people's lives and breaks hearts. We're layering on some prep just to set a base, going through with thickening spray, section by section, just using our hands to really work it in there. Trying to get everyone not to touch a comb or a brush. It's more about using your hands and it being very natural. And then just going through with the blow dryer. To finish it off, we're just twisting the hair back around the face and pinning it up here just so we get a nice little bend right around the eye. And when the girls walk down the runway, it just opens up the face a little bit. That's the look for today.
Hey, this is Laurent here in the backstage of Gen Cow. We did a pretty cool hairstyle today. We added some extensions, lots of extensions to the girls, and we colored the ends. We just flat ironed the girls with Does It All, glued the extensions on with tape. Sometimes tucked it behind the ears, sometimes leaving it quite free. Overall, it's just a really cool girl whose hair has grown so much. She dyed her hair years ago and it actually looks cool. It was a bit rock and roll, but in the end it was really, really beautiful.
Hi, my name is Jordan M. I'm an editorial stylist for Bumble and Bumble, and we're backstage at Katya Leonovich for Fall 2012. The clothing for Katya this season, it's really inspired by painting and sculpture. There's a lot of metallics, there's a lot of texture. The look's really about using a lot of hairspray. And we backcombed and we just sprayed in lots and lots of hairspray. Really loosely put in a finger wave, and we just clip them all into the hair and sprayed even more hairspray in it. And we just kind of came up with this really messy, undone wave around the face into a low, messy ponytail.
Hi, I'm Neil Moody. We're here backstage with Bumble and Bumble at the Ruffian Autumn/Winter 2012 show. Yeah, so the collection's based on hunting and duality. She's this woman that sort of lives in the city, but then has an English estate. What we've done is created hair that's a little sculptured, but sort of something that felt quite modern and not too retro. So what we've done is we've taken the hair, layered it with Bumble and Bumble prep spray and thickening hairspray, and then we've put quite a lot of styling cream in. That's been power dried into the hair, and then from there we've kind of gone in and started spiral curling the hair with an iron that's like about 1/4 inch in very small sections. So the whole of the hair is spiral curled. So once the hair is curled, then what we're doing is we're brushing all the hair out using like a paddle brush, just so that the hair has a little bit of air in it. It's not too frizzy. It's sort of, the idea is that it looks like quite a natural curl. And then what we're actually doing is we're pinning all the hair up so it becomes this very sort of like short jaw length bob. In the part on the left hand side, the girls are going to have these accessories that the guys from Ruffian have made. So like I say, it's got a retro feel to it, a little bit of a soft finger wave, but then the curls look quite natural. They don't look too set.
Hi, I'm Jordan M. We're backstage at Simon Spur for Fall/Winter 2012. The hair is very similar to the last seasons we've done for Spur. It's really clean, it's really tailored. I feel like I kind of tell everyone that it's a perfect nothing. I don't want it to look like anything except like really clean, you know, really nice. You know, like the boys all have beautiful hair. So we achieved that look today by using the Bumble and Bumble tonic, a little bit of styling cream, and some grooming cream. And the grooming cream is really nice. It just kind of gets all those little baby hairs and flyaways and just keeps it really polished on the ends. It looks really good.
Hi, my name's Jimmy Paul. I'm backstage at Tom Brown, Fall/Winter 2012. So we're making a super tight ponytail on top of the head and using thickening hairspray from Bumble and Bumble. That helps make the hair wet and a little bit shiny so that the ponytail gets really tight. And then we're just making a bun, like a really classic bun, just twisting the hair around itself and holding it with hairpins and bobby pins, securing it. It's just a top knot. It's really simple, and it makes a great shape for this veil that we're going to put on the girls. I think it looks really great, very strong.
Hey, Sabrina Michaels here at Todd Snyder Fall/Winter 2012 show. The inspiration, it's a working guy, a little bit of natural wave. He's been working all day, so there's a little sweat in the hair, a little pomade, but you know, not perfect. The products that we use to achieve that are all together. Grooming, Brilliantine, wax in my hand, smothered, pick up the hair, and work it in. Work it in the roots, work it in the ends to get the texture. And then if need be, we might just put a dent in here with a small iron. But not everybody needs that. Sabrina Michaels here at West Gordon, Fall/Winter 2012, New York City. The inspiration is a really young girl, but you want to get to know that girl, and there's a little dark edge to her. The hair is pretty much straight, kind of like naturally lived in. The way that we're achieving the look is a lot of thickening spray. We're like dousing the head in thickening spray, and just working it in with our hands and then blowing the product. A little surf on that as well.